everybody, welcome back to Purple Pizza Chronicles, and today we're having another mukbang. And today we're having Buffalo Wild Wings, and I stopped at Portillo's because I really wanted a piece of their chocolate cake. So I have a piece of chocolate cake as well, and then a little soda. So let's dig in. We have their cheese fries. This one is Nashville hot. We have Chipotle barbecue, my favorite, mango habanero, and the garlic parmesan. And they each have their own blue cheese because I'm not a ranch girl, I'm a blue cheese girl, okay? Hope you guys are doing good on this wonderful Wednesday. Okay. Cheese is thick. Looking for things to edit out. I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have said that, or I shouldn't have done this. It's like, I'm in my living room enjoying food. So what's the point? I'm never. All right. Which one should I start with? I've never had Nashville hot chicken before. I heard it's good, even when they were doing it at KFC. I've never tried it before. It's very nice. It's not even spicy. It's mild. They're not very spicy. I should have warmed my wings up. They're still warm, but I like my food hot. Have you guys started holiday shopping yet? Let me know what holidays you guys celebrate. My family and I, we celebrate Christmas. Can't assume everybody celebrates Christmas, so leave your comments down below. Let me know what holiday you guys celebrate. These two flavors I've never tried. These are my go-tos, mango habanero and garlic parmesan. My two go-to flavors. But I've never tried the chipotle barbecue. And I had no idea that it was a dry rub. I normally don't go for the dry rubs. I usually like sauces. Sorry about that. They're pretty good. Actually have a story time. It always reminds me of when I got fired from my second job. And it was funny because I started working when I was like 16, and I was in high school, and I was like, you know, cheerleader, whatever. I did a lot of extracurricular activities and stuff in high school. So by the time I graduated, I was pretty like used to working. So when I got my second job, I was a freshman in college, and you know, everything was pretty good. I was studying fashion in here where I live, and I thought it was just gonna be like super glamorous, you know. I'm gonna be like Elle Woods from Legally Blonde, and I'm gonna be like Carrie Bradshaw from Sex and the City. Just all in my head, right? Just living this like glamour life to me in my own little world, right? But like, I got this job at this store called Club Monaco, and it was pretty, like, they came to my college and they were like, oh, come work for us. You know, you're a fashion student. You're going to love it. It's going to be so much fun, blah, 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 blah. And being young and stupid, I'm all like, sure. Like, yeah, it sounds like fun, right? Bro, it was not fun. I had already worked at a fashion store before. I wouldn't say fashion store, I would say like clothing store. I was already working at a clothing store before. So I had experience in working in clothing stores. But I was not prepared for what was to come. So I do the whole interview process, and they take me to the back room. I forgot who interviewed me. I'm not going to say any particular names. I really don't even remember. But they do the whole interview process. I got the job. And then they were like, oh, you have to wear this certain stuff, you know, to work here. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever shopped at this particular store, Club Monaco, whatever, but it's expensive. Like, I was counting cashmere merchandise, like, that was $300. Brett Favre's wife shopped there when he was traded to the Vikings. Christian Soriano from Project Runway, whatever, he shopped there. It was expensive, so they're like, oh, we want our girls to look a certain way. I'm in college. I'm not making hella money to be worrying about buying a $300 cashmere sweater. I spent $350 on books. Shoot. So, one particular day, I'm working, and we'll just call her Sarah. And Sarah, not the nice one that hired me, I would call the nice one that hired me Becca. Becca was not there, and Sarah was there. And whether they were training us in how to, you know, do registers and how to fold and do certain things. It was at least, I want to say, at least 3 of us that trained that day. It was one young lady that was, I want to say, a year or 2 older than me. And then a young lady that I knew from school who was about the same age as me. So we're there. I get called to go learn how to fold, right? And mind you, it's in the back of the store. So like nobody's back there. It's just me. She literally taught me how to fold one sweater, and that was it. And then gave me a pile of like 50. It was, so here I am folding my little heart out, just wanting somebody to come back there and at least acknowledge me. And the people who were working there kept walking past me, like not even speaking. I'm a new girl. I'm hired through a job fair. It's, you know, they're kind of looking at me like they're direct hired or whatever. And I'm just really basically not even interning. I was just getting a job. Like, I'm like, this is my second job. I really needed a job. So I'm just folding and folding and folding. Then finally, Sarah comes back there, and then she's like, these are good. These are good. This one is not. I'm just being nitpicky. Like, I don't know. I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. Like, maybe she's not being, you know, that way. Like, you know, but also in the back of my mind, I'm like, she's one of those kind of persnickety types. Like, I saw the merchandise when I walked into the store and they weren't that perfect. because it's a holiday. People are coming in, they're moving things around, they're picking things up, putting them down, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm out of frame. But yeah, people are touching stuff, putting stuff up, picking them up, whatever. So I messed up. I mean, it is what it is. I wasn't perfect. I messed up and a lot of other stuff. So let me finish the story. So yeah, I'm in the back. Just gonna take this off. I'm hot. Yeah. So in the back, folding these sweaters, and she comes back there and she's all like, Ariel, oh my god, camera's like hecka twisted, sorry. So I am in the back, folding sweaters, and she comes back there and she's like, these are all wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. And I'm just like, okay. So she came back there, she said she came back there 2 times, and I'm like, no, you came back here once. My neighbors and a lot of dogs. Anyway. She came back there once and was telling me that they're wrong and that I need to fix them and everything. I felt by myself. I felt like this was not a team. I felt like I was the only one doing work because the other 2 girls were in the front learning how to do cash register stuff. And I'm back here doing actual labor. Tedious labor at that. Like, it was tedious. So she comes back there again and she's like, I think it's time for you to go home. I'm like, fine. Over some sweaters. Not a seasoned person that knows how to fold these sweaters from back and all over the place. You want a new person. And you guys probably like sweaters. Like, she wanted you to fold sweaters. You couldn't fold sweaters. No. It wasn't just an average folding of sweaters. It was like they wanted it creased up. And these were bulky cable knit sweaters. They're big. Big old wool cable knit sweaters. Like, the cashmere sweaters I was folding was no problem. But these particular sweaters that I'm talking about, nobody's business. Like, it was hard. I'm in fashion school, not even learning any of the good stuff yet, not even knowing what some of these terms were. I didn't learn terms and different fabrics and textiles until like year 2 of my studying. So yeah, it was a little, difficult for me to fold some damn sweaters, and that was my second job and then my first day at that new job. So I'm all like, this is just bah. So I was, optimistic and went back. Sarah was training me again. Becca worked in New York at, I guess, our New York store. So Becca was never there. That was Sarah was always there because she was the general manager. And she just, you know, didn't like me. She told me to come to work with my hair done and my makeup on. I wasn't wearing makeup back then. And my hair was just, you know, I was a kid, so I had like longer hair, flat ironed or whatever. I wasn't really thinking about my hair. She's like, you need to come looking like you're ready to sew. So what? Because it's not like you're trying to make me sell sweaters. You want me to sell something else, like a little something revealing, you know? You want me to sell myself. And I wasn't down for that. I was just like, where's my check? Like, all of this for $8.25? No, ma'am. Sarah wanted me to do all of that for $8.25. That was a little bit above minimum wage less than 10 years ago. So, or just about 10 years ago, because I was like going on 11, because I ended up having my daughter my second year of college. So yeah, it's little more than 8, less than 10. So long story short, how I got fired was I had went there with the intentions of redeeming myself for the sweater incident. And I'm just gonna move this closer. My bone box. So everybody was there. The general manager, Sarah, was there. And Becca, she had flew in. They wanted us to get a shot at ringing. By that time, I hadn't got a chance to ring because I was stuck training how to fold sweaters. So at sweater folding, I was a master. Like, let me tell you, I was a master. I was good at folding sweaters. Ringing, not so much. Hadn't really had much practice because of the whole sweater thing. So anyways, there's a guy wanting to buy stuff and whatever. He's putting his stuff up there. I'm folding it, you know, getting him ready to check out, the whole checkout process. He was saying something about like a discount, like he worked someplace. I'm like, okay, well, what's your employee ID number? Couldn't find it. Okay, what's your store number? Couldn't, you know, he didn't want to give it to me. He was just being like, I don't know, it was sketchy because he was saying that he worked at, you know, the sister companies of our company, which I totally forgot what those are. So yeah, if you worked for a sister company, you got like 20-something% off. If you worked for our company, you got 50% off of everything, including like jewelry, markdowns, whatever, because everything was like overly priced and very expensive. So he didn't want to give it to me. He was being difficult, and I'm like, okay, can somebody come over here and help me? He was saying that I was rude to him, and I'm just like, I'm really just trying to get down to the bottom of who you are and where you work and what location and da da da. They end up giving him the 30% off for holiday whatever employees or whatever. So like he ended up going away with like more stuff, and we don't even know if he really worked for the company. Like how did you guys know? Couldn't find him in the system. Buddy didn't exist. Buddy did not exist in our system. So she pulls me aside again. For customers coming in claiming that they work for the company, we have to verify them. Didn't I just try to verify him? Really? I did everything I totally could to verify him. And you guys honored the discount anyway. You know what? I'm talking to you way too much. I feel like you're not really getting along here. And I feel that, that you really don't want to be here. They try to pull that. Like when they want you out, they do this whole like reverse psychology thing that it's something wrong with you. Like you're the problem or you don't want to be here. But really in actuality, they don't want you there. It's not you, it's them, and they have an issue with you, and you're not leaving quick enough because it seems like you're not catching social cues, which I ignore because you're not going to mess with my money. Shoot. I ignore the hell out of rude people's social cues. I don't pick up on it. I sure don't. I don't pick up on rude people's social cues because if it's dignity and pride versus your income, I swallow that because I had bills. I was paying rent, so I was still living at home. I was still living at home. I had no life experience to be like, okay, let me go get an apartment because then I'll end up moving right back home. Excuse me, I'm sorry. This keeps moving. I need to stabilize her. But yeah, so I'm gonna get into my cake because I'm really getting full of these wings. Where's the fork? Chocolate cake from Portillo. Anyways, sorry, got sidetracked. Cake got in my view and I'm just like, So I wasn't leaving when they wanted me to, so they made it seem like I didn't want to be there. And who am I to argue about your own opinion? Like, girl, I'm not here to argue with nobody. I was here to make money. So I was like, when do I pick up my paycheck? Because you're firing me. So yeah, 24 hours to run me that check. She had planned that because she had my check there. Because it wasn't payday. They usually send out checks either the day of payday or the day before. But they don't give them to the employers or whatever. They lock it in a safe. But she had my junk like on the table, like ready to give it to me. I think she had it in her head like, she screw up one more time, she's out of here. So, yep. I got fired. I didn't cry. I wasn't sad. I was embarrassed because I never gotten fired before. I didn't know how to feel. I'm like, well, I don't know how this is supposed to make me feel. I called my mom, like, Mom, I got fired. She was like, come home. Nothing you can do about it now. But yeah. She didn't work there for long either.